Hello, traders and investors. It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap. Today's a recap for Monday, May 10th. Hope you had a great weekend. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing as the topic of the day, 3D Systems Corporation, the DDD stock, and they had earnings that just came out after our stock is up huge. They beat on revenue and EPS estimates. So we'll take a look at the article and the results in just a moment, and then we'll look at the 3D chart as well in due time, but going to put some timestamps in the description below, but we'll go over some news and events first, and then we'll look at the broader market, and then we'll bring up the DDD chart. So the World Health Organization classifies the triple mutant variant out of India as a global health risk. That could be attributed to the weakness in the market today. We saw fear pick up across all of our sectors, so crypto got hit hard as well in all of our major sectors. We're seeing weakness, which is why the S&P 500 saw a significant bearish day today, and we saw daily consolidation, which we'll look at in just a second on the chart. But TD upgrades Air Canada amid reopening hopes, and 3D system earnings, their preview, they were estimating EPS of 0.02 and revenue estimate was 136, and that was in line with investing. Came in at investing.com, it came in at 0.17, so huge beat. And revenue there of 146.1 million versus 136.63. Woo! Massive beat. So congrats to the bulls there. But we did have the report which confirmed, and you can take a look here at the revenue. Total revenue 146 million. So huge beat. Once again, congrats to the bulls. Stock is up huge, sitting up about 21% now. Wow. So close the day. We hit a low of the day today. 1747. So from the low of the day today, we are up. Let's do a quick estimate here. We're up about 23%. So once again, congrats to the bulls who bought the dip. This is one of my long-term holds, and would be lying if I said I wasn't a little worried today going into those earnings. But massive beat. And just keep in mind that we were just at $56 there not too long ago. I'll just go through the analysis on DDD at the moment, but we have a lack of. So when I entered this consolidation that we've been seeing for the last week or so, nine trading days in a row. So nice entry opportunity. We had support at 1846. We did get as low as 1747. So again, if you were looking for a long-term entry, in my opinion, that was a good entry at those levels. I mean, we were down almost 70% from those recent highs, daily oversold. I entered back here on this daily oversold, and I didn't add, I was looking to potentially add around the $15 level, but we didn't quite get there. And I'm fine if we don't ever see $15 again. That's completely fine with me, but I was entering here on daily oversold, just scaling in after fighting the FOMO for many weeks and months, and just looking for an entry. This is one that got away from me, and like I said, just been slow bleed after that nice bounce, but it ended up being just a dead cat bounce going into a new lower low. But bulls are going to hope for a big enough of bounce as possible to allow enough space to form a daily high or low and change the daily trend. So that'll be step number one. And we are getting over EMA 12 here. We have yet to test EMA 26 at 2201. After that, we have a lack of resistance up till 2347, which is our last daily lower high. So anything under 2347 is just a daily lower high at this point. And taking a look at the weekly chart, we are still extremely bearish below the 10-week moving average. So that's sitting at 23.99. That could be a potential level to watch for as resistance as well. And on this pullback, we have yet to test the 50 weekly moving average, which is sitting at 1564. So again, that was another entry that I was looking at if we did get there, but we didn't get to that extreme of a level. And on the daily time frame, we have the 200-day moving average at 1701 as well. So nice entries, in my opinion, if you are looking for, again, this isn't financial advice, this is for entertainment purposes only, but if you were looking for a long-term entry on DDD, this latest pullback, right, would have been a great entry opportunity, in my opinion. So we'll see if 1701 will hold, but based on those numbers, looks like our temporary bottom could be in. And just taking a look at the weekly time frame, so we're going to potentially see an EMA 12 and 26 bear cross, but we didn't quite see that. And this could be the start of the weekly bounce. We haven't really bounced on the weekly since this massive pullback and consolidation from the recent highs, the 52-week high at 56.50. But we've got a lack of resistance essentially on the weekly of about 222%. So this is definitely a name that I am bullish on long term. Again, was entering off this monthly consolidation, and my entry was off of the EMA 12 on the monthly, which we managed to lose, sitting at 18.15, and we have EMA 26 down at 14.77. So again, a lot of support around that $15 area as well. And that was my plan, to add around $15, but again, completely fine if we just go back to recent highs here. But like I said, $56 just back in February. And we should see a decent bounce. Can't wait to see how this opens tomorrow during regular trading hours, but wouldn't be surprised if we made it to $30 here. Look up 25% here already, and this is after hours. Wait until retail and the rest of the market is able to participate. Still probably a ton of people that haven't even clued in yet, but that is a massive move. Once again, congrats to the bulls. So taking a look at the crypto space. Crypto, we are bouncing back, but we had pretty much a nasty bloodbaths and waterfall across the board here. And this came after some news that came out as well, basically from the SEC, that Gary Gensler basically saying that there's a ton of tokens that are securities, not just XRP. And I think that FUD, along with the World Health Organization news, may have sparked some fear in the markets. But bouncing back, if we just take a look at XRP from its low, it hit 121. And from the lows there, we're already up 15%. Bitcoin off its lows, 3%. Ethereum, pretty nasty pullback, bouncing about 7%. But after hitting a new all-time high there at about 4,200, dropped all the way down to 36. So in a few hours, we dropped about 13%. Volatility picking up again. And Doge, after its Saturday Night Live appearance, has been pulling back. We were down about 50% there from the high, 43, 44%. But we are holding EMA 26. In the daily inside bar on watch, we held support at 41.6 cents. We got as low as 41.8 cents. 0.418. So massive sell the news reaction to that Saturday Night Live skit. Basically, Elon Musk just called it a hustle. And that was just after, or that was just before they released news that SpaceX was going to be accepting Doge as a form of payment. So taking a look at SPY, we closed near the low of the day. And again, seeing that weakness across all of our sectors. We closed at the low of the day. We broke the low of Friday at 419.16. We have yet to test EMA 12, sitting at 417.34. So we are down here another 0.18% after hours, sitting at 417.19. So wouldn't be surprised if we see a gap down tomorrow. And if we do see a gap down, I'll be looking to potentially buy the dip on some of our names, as we have quite a few beaten up tickers to be watching tomorrow. I'm going to be watching MJ. I'm going to be doing another video on that, so I'll cover it later on in the MJ video, but really liking VFF. But taking a look at the tech sector, that's what basically was responsible for most of our weakness today, continuing the daily downtrend. We've got a gap in the chart here to fill at 320.74 and a lack of support all the way down to 307 from here. But we are extremely weak on the tech sector. We have EMA 26 on the weekly coming up at 316.86. And it's been a long time since we've tested that, since back in March. And taking a look at the dollar, dollar wasn't really that strong today, so we need to see whether or not this is going to be multiple days of pullback, or are we going to maintain the daily uptrend on SPY? That's going to be the most important thing. Even on their pullback there from last week, we hit a low of 411.67, but we held 410.59 support. So our new support level is 411.67, must hold level. And then it's all about the weekly trend from here. We haven't tested EMA 12 in a while as well. So if we do test EMA 12 on SPY, that'll put us down around 406.37. And just keep in mind that we do have that gap in the chart on SPY as well at 467. So we'll be watching to see whether or not we have multiple days of pullback. Again, one day of pullback isn't enough. We need to see multiple days of pullback and increasing bear volume. Today we had notable bear volume over the 20-period moving average. I'm just taking a look at the rest of our sectors as well. So oil pretty much flat on the day. Silver broke to a new high, gold to a new high, and hasn't started daily consolidation. So metals definitely standing out as stronger, and that kind of makes sense with the looking at the DXY chart, not seeing as much of a bounce in the dollar. So it looks like metals are absorbing some of that as well. XBI extremely weak, down another 3.64% today. Closed at the low of the day. So again, this is why SPY saw weakness to the extent that it did, is because all of our sectors were weak. XLF broke to a new all-time high. Same with XLE. Well, not XLE, sorry, XLV, was it? Yeah, XL, the healthcare sector. Apologies there, but we broke to a new all-time high, but pulled back. Still didn't break the low of Friday. Same thing with the healthcare, with the financial sector as the healthcare sector. But pulling back, and we're down here another 0.24% after hours. So we'll be watching for the low of today to hold tomorrow. But again, if all of our sectors are pulling back and we're not seeing that rotation from, the tech sector weakness going into the financial sector, that's going to be a huge red flag and something that we'll be keeping an eye on. So DDD coming back down a bit here now, sitting at 21.55, but still up over 21%. So taking a look at the bear list, we had JMIA, GME, and MVMD, and JMIA has earnings coming out tomorrow, I believe, and down over 12%. So getting crushed leading into those earnings, but if they do report better than expected, we could see a decent bounce there. Coinbase and IMV and AMC led the bull list today. Coinbase seeing a huge green day today, while the rest of the market, crypto space selling off. It is down about a little over 2% here after hours, but on the day today, we were up about 15%, just under 15%. So congrats to the bulls there, but Coinbase definitely standing out after breaking that inside bar bullish from last week on Friday. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Going to end it there. Once again, congrats to the DDD bulls. Just going to check one more time here on the after hours. So 5-minute consolidation finally underway, and can't wait to see how this opens during regular trading hours tomorrow. Let me know if you are holding DDD through earnings this evening, and if you are, I am sure you are just as excited as I am as a long-term investor. So those are some great numbers. Once again, thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we shall see you a little bit later on for an MJ Sector review. Take care, everybody.